Alright, so here we go, guys. We're back with another video. It's been a minute, and today we're going to be looking at a Borderlands Vault Hunter tier list. So this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, because Borderlands 2, not just Borderlands 2, but all of the Borderlands games are some of my favorites. So I just want to rank some of my favorites Vault Hunters. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say this is like, the characters in S tier are not the most powerful. They're not, like, the strongest. Like, these are just by how much I personally enjoy playing with them and how much fun I have. So, like, sure, somebody, we'll just talk about that later. But the reason why I wanted to do this is because a couple friends of mine were actually playing the pre-sequel earlier today, and I was actually having a really fun time, so I really want to do this video. So, you'll see I have no opinion down here for these characters. So, this is from Tales. I never played Tales. And another thing about me is that when Borderlands 3 first came out, I did get it day one, but I didn't like it for the longest time. In fact, I've only recently started to enjoy it as of like 2 weeks ago, and I'm not that far into the game or anything. And the only character I've played is Flak. Now, I have a save with each of these characters, but like I got probably to the same spot, which is Athena, and I never got past it with these characters because I just wasn't having fun, so I'll talk about them. I might remake this list sometime and include them, but I'm not going to right now. Alright, so Zero. I'm going to put Zero in A tier. I think Zero is the most balanced character in Borderlands 2, and by balanced I mean, like, you can do anything with this guy. Obviously you can do melee, obviously you can do sniping, but not just that. You can do, like, I've seen people do shotgun builds and stuff with, like, Jacob shotguns. This character, like, if you're a good player, you can basically do anything with this character, and it's so sweet. And obviously, doing melee is fun, as melee is only viable on 2 characters in Borderlands 2. Melee is not very good unless it's Zero, or Krieg. Next we have Salvador. I'm going to put Salvador at the same spot with Zero. I think Salvador is really fun, but my problem with him is that I don't know that much about Salvador. And by that I mean, like, he's the character that I have, like, the least amount of hours in, besides Krieg, probably, in Borderlands 2. And I think Salvador can be extremely fun. Obviously, he's broken, he can do rocket jumping and stuff like that, and Deputy Sal is extremely fun. But he's a character that I need to put more time in, but the time I have spent with him is probably A tier. Flak, again, I started playing this recently, so I'm just going to put him right in the middle. He could go higher, could go lower. Brick. Brick is like my least favorite character in Borderlands 1, by far. I think he's the most boring. Having the melee ability is fun and all, but another thing that you're going to see a lot of with Borderlands 1 is that I'm not the biggest fan of it, because I played it after I played 2 and the pre-sequel. So to me, it just feels like such a big downgrade, even though I know in reality it's not. But the characters, they just feel so, not as characters, but from gameplay-wise, they just feel so generic to me. But Brick is cool, and I like his dialogue in Borderlands 2. He's really funny. Athena. Athena, in my opinion, is the most fun character to play as in the entire series. I was playing as her earlier today on my PC. As you can see, I have the icon for it right here. Pre-sequel, I'm hovering over it. And I was having the most fun I've had playing Borderlands in such a long time. Like, she is so much fun. You got the Thunderfire, which works really well on her. Hyperion shotguns. I use the Hail. It's like, and she has that ability where she can just like rush towards enemies, kind of like Execute on Zero, but it also does like the bleeding effect, which is kind of like Slag, and I fucking love it. It's Roland. I feel the same way about Roland that I do about Brick. In fact, I'm gonna put Mordecai. Same here. Yeah, I'm gonna put Mordecai one above because I think Mordecai is pretty fun. Same thing with Lilith. These two are really fun to play as in Borderlands 1, but the problem is that I'm just not the biggest fan of Borderlands 1 in general, which is why they're lower. Axton, put him in B tier. I think Axton is incredibly balanced and can be incredibly fun, but I find him to be really boring personally. My thing with him is that he's just a dude. I just realized that this is Gage. I thought this was just Death Trap, but I'll get back to that. But Axton is really fun. The thing I like most about him is running either chucking build, grenade build. Obviously, TDR chucking build and grenade build are like the same thing because TDR chucks count as grenade damage and whatnot. And I really like running explosive on him. He's a jack of all trades. He's good at everything, but a master of none. And I think he's fun. Now Jack, or Doppelganger, I want to put S tier. Jack is incredibly fun. Jack is the best DLC character they have in a Borderlands game as of right now. As of right now, we don't have any DLC characters for Borderlands 3, but sponsored by AA, and the final ability in his middle tree, I can't think of what it is. And the one skill, I can't think of what it is either, where your handsome jacks, like whenever you run away from them, they count as they die or whatever. I think that's a skill. I don't remember if that's default, but he is so broken in such a fun way. Like, he's like Salvador levels of broken, but so much more fun. Like, the game was so much fun with him. Like, you have stuff like the Luck Cannon, the Laser Discer, Thunderfire, Absolute Zero. You know, there are so many weapons that, like, either have such a low magazine that are incredibly powerful that he just kind of shits all over them because he can make them do as many... I can't talk. He can have unlimited ammo, essentially, which is just so much fun. And sponsored by is such a cool skill. I think he's S tier. Like, he's probably one of the best characters they have in the entire series. I don't think he's as fun as Athena, but no, Aurelia I'm also gonna put in S tier. One thing you'll notice is that I really like a lot of the characters in the pre-sequel, these three specifically. A lot of people don't like Aurelia because they think her best skills come from co-op, which she does have some really good co-op skills. But there's so much you can do with her in single player. She is a better designed sniper than Zero is. You know, obviously Zero has stuff like Critical Ascension, which are cool. But if you go into your inventory, you go to a vendor, if you climb up a ladder, all your stacks go away. So you can be stacking up to 999 and then go up a ladder and then bam, they're gone. That kind of stuff does not apply to Aurelia. She has a warning shot and I never miss, which do not work like Critical Ascension and are so much better in every single way. I've seen builds of people saying, oh, no co-op, no cryo, nothing, just using Jacob shotguns, and she just shits all over enemies. Like, this character can do so many things that people just don't care about because that preconceived notion of, hey, she can be really good in co-op and not good at anything else. That's not true at all, in my opinion. But she is incredibly fun. Krieg. I don't have much experience with Krieg, and I'm going to put him in the middle just because of that. I've seen people not have fun with Krieg. I've seen people have so much fun with Krieg. I think Bloodsposion is such a cool skill and whatnot, but I'm gonna put more hours with him, and then maybe I'll remake this, and my opinion will change. Nisha, why is Krieg on? Oh, that's not Krieg. That's Wilhelm. This is Krieg. Wilhelm. You know, out of all the pre-sequel characters, Wilhelm is my least favorite. He's good. Wolfenstein is good. He's got the one capstone, I can't think of what it's called, and his right tree. That's such an amazing skill, and everything before it is either mediocre or not good, but that one skill just makes it so worth going down there. I think it's the Saint tree, I could be wrong. But he's just boring to me. But the thing with the pre-sequel is that even though he's boring, he's still good because each character is more balanced than games like Borderlands 2. Nisha's fun. Put her in A tier. You know, she has the aimbot skill and Tombstone, which is absolutely broken. Like, maybe, you know, you have Tombstone, but you don't have aimbot, and that would be less broken. Or maybe you have aimbot and don't have Tombstone. It'll be significantly less broken, but why would you not run Tombstone? She can hit crits with like the laser discer and launchers, and I don't know if it works with launchers. But guns that can't hit crits, she just kind of shits all over those things and says, hey, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. And she can hold 2 pistols, so 2 Unforgivens, not Unforgivens, I meant to say. 2 Maggies, 2 Luck Cannons, and 2 whatever. What's that? The Taser, that's what that weapon's called. She's so balanced, but she's like broken in like a Salvador way, where like it's fun, but not that fun. But she's fine. Maya is I probably have more hours on Maya than most of these characters put together. Maya was the first character that I played as in Borderlands 2, and the reason I played as her was because she was a girl. And that's the only reason I played as Maya. It's funny, but she's really fun. I really like Cloud Kill. I really like Scorn. Reaper is a really good skill. Chain Reaction. Like, I haven't really talked too much about weapons, but so many weapons are so much fun on her, like the Pimpernel and the Blockhead and whatnot. She can do pretty much everything. She's like Axton, a character who's a jack of all trades but a master of none, but like times infinity. She's so much fun for mobbing, and mobbing is my favorite thing to do in Borderlands. And I think Phase Lock is such a cool ability, and the fact that it can do slag, and it has such a low cooldown, especially when you pair it with Bone of the Ancients, the legendary Siren Calm, and Quicken. And here's the thing with her that I haven't talked about with a single character up until now, is that all of the legendary, Tubby class mods, and the legendary one for her, they're all really good. They all each have their own place, which is something I can't say about every character on this list. But Maya is just the one that I have the most amount of hours with, the one I'm most familiar with. I cannot say enough good things about her. Claptrap's fun. I'm gonna put him in C. Like, it's one of those characters you play because, like, haha, random, so silly, haha, funny, I'm having so much fun, haha. But he actually is pretty fun. He was the first character that I played as in the pre-sequel. You know what, I'm gonna put him in B tier. And, man, using all the action skills and the abilities of the characters from Borderlands 2 is such a cool thing, but I wish there was a way to manipulate it to where you can choose which one you want to do. And it's pretty cool. He has Money Shot too, which is what Salvador has. It's called something different though. But obviously on Salvador it's more different because he can dual-wield weapons. So there's that. So Claptrap, he's pretty cool. Pretty balanced, put him in B. Gage. Fuck Gage, dude. I don't like Gage. Dude, if you play an OP10, I would say OP8 because the highest level was OP8 for years, but if you play an OP10, I sure hope you have fun, like, stacking, like, fucking Anarchy. Because if you play on those later difficulties, that's all she can do. Like, yeah, if she can go through an area without doing it, but, like, her damage, like, aside from Anarchy, I feel like she genuinely has nothing. Like, Death Trap is cool, but he does not do any damage. His best thing is that he can do melee damage. When he fires those lasers, they don't do anything if you're playing on Ultimate Bonfire mode, OP8, OP10, whatever. And it's such a shame, because I like Gage as a character. I think she's fun. She reminds me of Tiny Tina, but she's not, like, nearly as good as Tiny Tina. And, she's just so incredibly boring. And the most boring character that I can think of in Borderlands. So, that's the tier list. I hope you enjoyed. You probably disagree with everything that I said. You're probably disappointed that I have 3 characters from the pre-sequel in S tier, but they deserve it, so. Alright, that's it. See you guys later.